Hi, Jessica Sporn here of Jessica Sporn Designs. I wanted to show you some projects I did with the 3 Trees stencil from Stencil Girl products. I created these trees with a whimsical feel. They're not necessarily holiday trees, but certainly can be used that way. And I want to show you today how I made an envelope accordion book. So it's an accordion book made out of 5 by 7 envelopes. I started out by laying all 5 envelopes out on my workspace, and I took the retro circles and balls stencil and stenciled each envelope. I started out with some Titan Buff paint from Golden Fluid Acrylics. Then I added some Indian Yellow Hue and some quinacridone gold. I did each envelope one by one with each color, letting them dry in between, and then adjusting the registration of the stencil and re-stenciling with the second and the third color. Then I created a glaze using a little bit of the Indian Yellow Hue and some glazing medium, and went over all of the envelopes to just calm them down a little bit. Then I glued the flap of the first envelope to the back of the second envelope, and then the flap of the second envelope to the back of the third envelope, and so forth until I had all 5 envelopes glued together. The inside of the envelopes, where you have the openings, will be the inside of the book, and the backs of the envelopes will form the backs to the book. So you can see here the way it all folds together and unfolds. Right now the inside of the book is all stenciled and glazed, and the back of the book is white. Not for long. Out come the jelly prints. So I did lots of jelly prints with different circular stencils. I'm going to list them all on my blog, but basically I just adhered them all in a very random way, ripping them up and gluing them down with matte medium. I used a very festive washi tape that has lots of multicolored circles to cover the inside of the very last flap and also cover the inside of all the openings. Then I took some of the trees that I had stenciled on cardstock and adhered them to each of the envelopes. I'm using a glue stick. Periodically I would use a little bit of matte medium as well, and one trick I found with the glue stick is to use an old magazine to put your glue down. This way you don't get lots of glue on your art project. And I made a mixture of Pyroli red and glazing medium and just adjusted the back of the book to bring all the colors together. Now I am adding some shading. I mixed a little bit of Payne's Gray and Van Dyke Brown, and I'm just going around with a thin brush and adding some dimension around the trees. So you're going to see me just go back and forth, adjusting the colors here. I'm also trying to blend those washi tape areas into the overall book so they don't stick out so much. Just using some glazing medium and some of the colors that I used in the stenciling. Now I've taken the stencil. As you can see, I cut the stencil up, which I know is heresy, but in this case it made it a lot easier to use. And I'm just going around and adding some of the other elements from the stencil onto my pages. And then I flipped the stencil over, and now I'm adding some of the trees to the back of the book as well. I'm also adding some washi tape to the outside of the envelope openings just to strengthen them a little bit, as I want to use these openings to put tags in. I'm taking some of the elements of that stripedy tree and just putting it on the cover and adding the spirals as well. Now I'm taking a cosmetic sponge and some Van Dyke Brown. I darkened all around the outside of the book to make a frame. And then I took out some tags I had in my stash that I painted when I was trying out my stencils, and I'm gluing photographs onto them. In this case, I'm gluing photographs of my parents. This is a holiday gift for them. And then I'm punching a hole in the one of the folds of the accordion so that I can tie a string through it and close the book up. As you can see, I went through a variety of punches there trying to find the right one to go through all the folds. And then I took out some jute string and I'm making a little tie that will go around. And you can see how all the tags will nestle in the openings of the envelopes. A little surprise inside of each one. I hope this video gave you some ideas about making an envelope accordion book and using the 3 Trees stencil. It's a really nice project and a nice gift for the holidays. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll share this video and connect with me on my blog, jessicasporn.blogspot.com. Bye!